All right, my name is Julie Houston with Lance Edwards Organization, and today we have a very special treat. We're interviewing a 90-day challenge winner, someone who has closed their small apartment deal in 90 days from getting started with Lance's system. So today I want to welcome David Limon to the call, and congratulations, David. I'm really excited to speak with you about this deal you just did.
Thank you.
So for everyone listening, let me summarize what David did. David flipped an apartment building. How many units was that building, David?
6 units in Ohio.
Oh, wow. And you made how much on the deal?
Total assignment fee was 13,674.
13,674. Awesome. And what was the contract price, just out of curiosity on that?
I ended up locking that in at $55,000 initially, and after we did some due diligence, I went back to the seller and renegotiated the price, lowered it to $50,000 because of some repairs that the property needed. I felt it needed. So we renegotiated and ended up with a contract price at $50,000.
Oh, okay. Outstanding. All right, I have a few questions, and I know Lance's members, they always want to know about certain things in regards to getting their deal done. And of course, you can answer it however you choose. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, do you mind just telling everybody a little bit about yourself? For example, what your background is in real estate and what kind of prompted you to get into small apartments?
I've been a real estate investor for many years. I've bought and sold many properties, mainly single family residence properties, in California and in Texas as well. And back since 1990s is when I started. But I never really did any multifamily stuff. Probably 2, 3 units I've flipped, but nothing in the that encompassed cash flow. I always steered away from the multifamily stuff, like the 5+ units. And then I came across Lance's training, and I thought, well, let's learn something new here. And that's how I got involved with Lance's program. And I just I thought it was very valuable. Something that I had always steered away from. And once I got into it, I realized, it's actually pretty easy.
That's awesome. So I know we kind of went over the numbers right from the beginning. But I wanted to know, how was it negotiating when you were talking to the seller?
I got a call from him, and we went over basically the script that Lance puts out for the communicating with sellers. I went off that script, and my last question that I asked him is, what would you like to get? Is there a number that you have in mind that you would like to get for this property? And he threw out a number of $55,000. So initially I'm thinking, okay, these numbers are adding up. Okay. Says, all right, well, let me do my research. I'll do my due diligence, and I'll get back to you and see if those numbers make sense. So sure enough, give myself a little bit of time to digest all the numbers, and the numbers did make sense. The property is not in the best area of Dayton. That was one of the fallbacks, but it had a really aggressive cap rate, great ROI. Turns out that the property was a really solid building, and in that particular area, they had knocked down a lot of buildings that were dilapidated and attracted some bad elements. So the area had actually cleaned up substantially. And yeah, once I saw the numbers, the numbers make sense. So I went back to him and says, hey, I'll give you what you want. It wasn't really a lot of negotiations, and he said, okay. I wrote up the LOI. He signed it, prepared the contract. I sent it to the attorney, reviewed it, everything looked good. We put it under contract and put it in the buyer generator.
That's awesome. So how did you find the buyer?
Postcards. Postcards. Just what Lance says to do. Mail out the postcards. Uh, and I got a call. I got the call, answered the call, and it was through mailers that I sent out.
Wow. That is awesome, David. So now that this deal is under your belt, what do you think is going to be next for your real estate business?
Well, I've got another property right now that I also, same process, got it under contract. We're actually probably closing next week as well. It's
Really?
another wholesale deal that my assignment fee on that one is $10,000. Property is also in Ohio. Same process, kind of similar. It's a 5 unit property, and yeah, I signed that one. It's taken a little bit longer to close
Hmm.
because buyers had to get financing for it. So, but we got all that out of the way, got the insurances out of the way, due diligence out of the way, and now we're at the closing stage. So we're in the process of coordinating the docs, closing documents, and hopefully getting them out to both buyers and sellers next week and closing on the 7th. And I also got another one in the contract. It's a 32 unit that to
Wow.
go to the buyers. So yeah, just trying to stay active.
Good for you. All right, David. Here's my final question that we ask all of Lance's students when they close a deal. And keep in mind that there's going to be people listening to this who have never ever done a deal before. So what we really want to know is what's the single most important thing that you've learned during this process?
You know, Lance emphasizes this cycle of thoughts, feelings, actions, results, and beliefs. And when you go through that cycle, you have these thoughts, yeah, it could be possible. And then as you get close to it and you have the results, your beliefs are really enhanced. You said, yeah, this can be done.
Hmm.
And you just got to do it and over and over again. Whatever it is, whatever you decide to do. But uh, yeah, it's I had this transaction's the first wholesale deal I've ever done in my entire real estate career. I've always bought and flipped, but I've never wholesaled. This was my first wholesale deal, and
Good for you.
so it was enlightening.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, David. I want to thank you for taking the time to share your experience in working with Lance Edwards' small apartment system. I'm very confident this is going to be invaluable information to anyone that's just getting started,
Excellent.
especially inspiring.
Well, good to hear.
Well, thank you again. So for Lance Edwards, this is Julie Houston. We'll speak to you again on the next 90-day challenge interview. If you'd like to learn more how to become part of Lance's 90-day challenge, just give our office a call. Our number is 281-667-3638. Again, that's 281-667-3638. Thank you so much, and we hope everyone has a great day.